Alright, what's up, y'all? It's LakerFan here. As you see in the intro, our team record is 20-2. We're 2-4-4-3. Long story behind that team title, but the other team we're playing against is 20-4. Quick intros. Now this video is gonna be a little longer. It's edited. Don't get me wrong, but it's a little longer. So just be prepared for that. But anyway, team intros. We got Zeke on the play sharp, Cook on the pure lock. AK is what I'm going to call him in this game, Shots VNF. He's on the pure stretch. I'm on the rebounding athletic, and then Kitchen is on the play stretch. So then the matchups that we got, I'm on the rim sharp. Zeke and AK are both on the lockdowns. Kitchen is on their stretch, and Cook is on their play sharp. So that's the quick explanations of the matchups. Now, like I said, this is going to be a little longer of a video. I'm not going to give anything away in this vid at all. I'm just going to take you guys through my thought process a lot of this video. You know, just the quick little intro. This is like the intro to the team pro-am. Now, I can't guarantee that every game we're going to be running with the same lineup because AK is in and out of the lineup quite a bit. We don't always run with Zeke. I would say the main people you're probably going to see is me and Kitchen for sure, and then most likely Cook on the lockdown. And then expect to see some of Zeke, some of AK. Those interchange a little bit though, based on like how we feel we want to use the team. Anyway, you see me changing the matchups right now. I'm looking up for for who's on what. You see they get another O board, another putback. Anyway, so obviously I have not only played 22 pro-am games in this game. Clearly, as the team is like 22 and 2. I believe, right? Or it was 20 something and 2. My record, I'm looking at it right now. It's 226 and 60. So it's not the cleanest team pro-am record. I know Joe's record is 280 and 30. That's nice. But and then AK, who's on the team, his record is a little bit above mine too, at 145 and 37. But anyway, matchups and how we were running this game. You see they catch Zeke slipping in the corner right here, on the lob. That was actually kind of nice. But anyway, and again, I'm not gonna give any insight to what happened in the rest of the game, but I'm gonna explain how we run our offense and defense, and then I'll kind of let you guys see how the rest of the game plays out. With that said, so normally, again, keep in mind this isn't really our like main lineup, but I just wanted you guys to bring this to you guys because it was a great game. I just really wanted you guys to see it. But obviously we don't run like we got Kitchen on the play stretch in the corner. That does not happen very often. And we got AK on the wing with the pure stretch, and then you know we have Zeke at point guard with a play sharp. So I mean we have very little amount of defense on this lineup right here. Now, does it matter? Not always. Like, so what we're fortunate to run into with this lineup is a team that only has one ball handler. They have a pure stretch sitting wing, and then basically 3 lockdown players, sort of, you know, with the rim stretch, and then the slash lock, and then the pure lock as well. Fortunately, we ran into that where they have very little offensive options, so we only need our one lockdown. So it's kind of like the win, like give or take. You see they kind of bite on Kitchen pulling the 3 right there, but that's kind of the give or take of what lineup you come in with. If you bring more offense, you kind of have to hope that they bring more defense, if anything. So basically what I'm saying with that is, and you see all 3 of them cut at the same time. It's kind of funny, but basically what I'm saying is if they had 2 ball handlers, or if they even had like a pure stretch who was running more wraps than he was. Fortunately, they just didn't like play the way that that most teams should. But the matchup problems you're gonna run into is if the dude on the wing, if you only have one lockdown and he's guarding ball handler, you can't switch everything. Like your other wing defender, you're not gonna feel comfortable putting him, like, you know, switching your stretch big like we have. Like for instance, in this game we had Kitchen on the wing, and you don't want to switch your lockdown onto the wrapper, which let's say is just a sharp coming around the screen, and then switch your like pure stretch big, or you know, stretch playmaker onto their ball handler. So again, fortunately, they just didn't have the right builds for this. You see nice hedge beater right there. I get the nice little pick and roll. Zeke hits me on the nice lob. So, and then again, I'll explain a little bit of how our lineup works with this team. So me and Zeke have a lot of, let's say, comfortability in the pick and roll. Now it's not it's not very easy to say comfortability in the pick and roll when obviously always there will be lockdowns around you. See, I don't get out to the contest on the rim sharp. That's another struggle I'll talk about too further in this video. But obviously, like I said, we have more freedom because Kitchen is in the corner with a stretch big, so you don't have to worry so much about help defense. So whenever the big man has to step up to Zeke, it makes it very easy for me to get the ball when you have, when you have all the shooting around the pick and roll like we do. The only weak shooter on our team is, Cook in the corner, which I hope they do leave him open because he actually shoots very good on his lockdown too. But you see they get another lob from the corner, and this is where we started to tighten up on that. But anyway, not many stoppages in this game either. I like that I didn't have to cut out too many things due to timeouts or fouls or anything. That was pretty nice. So you see Zeke ends this first quarter just saucing up, he was just in his bag. But I'm not gonna preview the lineup that we usually run for you guys. I'll just leave that for when I do make a video on it. But I do really want to make Pro-Am videos as we close out the 2K19 season. Just something to mix up the variety. You see he just sauces up, and that's where a nice roll will also get your guard open because, both dudes were sort of dropping back on me, and especially the guard, or especially the big. But you see their guard gets a nice little crossover combo, hits the snatch back and makes a three right before the quarter. We try to just force a cut. I was trying to have Zeke move up a little bit so it was less long of a pass. But anyway, 18-18 at the end of the first. So what was I about to get at? Obviously, oh yeah, tightening up on defense. The lobs, we kind of put more of an emphasis on that, but now obviously the play sharp is giving us problems because you have to respect he only had Playmaker takeover, so I suppose you didn't have to respect the range too much, but dude is just so fast with that stuff on. So you see, our whole motive right now is for Zeke to get this big to step up, because they're in this 2-3, obviously. This is where, and you see, he thought he had him crabbed right there too. The whole motive, and I don't know, if I had a build that could pick and pop, it would be pretty lethal. You see they got another offensive rebound though. That is our big problem so far in this game. If I had a build that could consistently pick and pop, that definitely is the 2-3 beater. But really, if not, you kind of have to read the wing like Zeke just did right there. He sort of played the dude's tendencies. If you saw what he did there, he moved toward the middle to make the wing dude step up to him a little bit, knowing he was going to do that, and then hit AK. And I think he does it again, actually, coming up too. You see two dudes cut. I was able to get down for that as well, and I get the steal. And then they, obviously, the best thing to do in Pro-Am to stop a fast break, obviously foul. I wish there was more repercussions on that, because honestly, there should be, if you really think about it, bonus should probably pop up a little sooner. And you see, so even though Zeke misses the shot, that's still a great play by him, because at the end of the day, as long as you make that big man step up to him, then I should be open for either a lob, a free rebound, not really a free rebound because they obviously have locked crashing from the corner, but a great rebound position like I had right there. And so at the end of the day, it's just good when you can make the big step up like that. So that's why I feel like I put the value of a fast big man very, very high in my opinion, especially in Pro-Am. I don't think you should ever run a 7-3 or something like that at the big spot in Pro-Am. So anyway, you see dude steps up. I seen it coming just because of how he beat the guard. Quickness at the guard spot is so important, because when you can force that big man to get out of his spot, that's when I can just get down low and just eat. But you see he sauces Cook up a little bit right there, but he misses the dunk. They get the long rebound and then a nice cut. I don't know how I don't block that. That was a tough one right there. But again, very little stoppages in this first half. There's been one dead ball. So you see, I was setting up for the off balls a little bit right there, right? And we actually ended up going to that quite a bit toward the later part of this game. But again, like I said, I don't want to give too much away, so I'm just gonna go. Oh well, actually it's right here. So anyway, you see what we do here. We are distracting that big from, you know, we just playing the paint. So there's a couple key reads. I'll explain them, and you'll see what we do for the most part in this off-ball screening. But you see, I give up lob right there. That was on me. So what we're doing here, Zeke is basically just holding on to the ball. If he can get a scoring option, he goes for it. But if this big's gonna camp paint, that means AK is playing 2v1 where I'm just off-balling this other lockdown. You see, he kind of gets open right there. If the big steps up very high, I go for the slip too. And you see, dude in the corner was just sleeping. But let me get back to explaining that, because it actually is. And I don't know how I can get any of these steals, but and you see now we initiate the full court. I was just saying they only got one ball handler, so I wanted Cook to come down and get down on that too. But anyway, I'm explaining the off balls. I've been trying to for a little bit here. I'll explain this real quick. So what we're doing, I'm setting off balls for AK. If the big man steps up, which he's not really, which means we're probably gonna have AK looking for 3-pointers, which means Zeke has to be on point with like the timing of the passes. And it's kind of a tough job at the point guard spot, because you have to read a lot while still being a scoring threat. But if the big is going to double team Zeke or even like just camp the paint, then AK will have 3-pointers like that. Now the big stepping up late equals me getting past him for the lob, or not for the lob, for the O board. And like honestly, bro, when it comes to me going against a rim stretch like this, or even for that matter, I mean, it can be any build. As long as you're slow, it's going to be hard for you to deal with that when playing against me. This dude could be a 7-3 pure glass, but if he has to play any bit of hedge defense, I'm getting past him and getting easy positioning for the rebound. If he just camps paint, that means that I should have one of my teammates wide open. Like, it takes way more than just one defender to guard somebody in 2K. So you see, dude steps up a little bit, I get open on the cut, but AK gets late, like just late with the passes. He kind of wakes up on that as far as the rest of the game goes. You guys will see it quite a bit, but and honestly, yo, looking back, like this is, so you guys are gonna see later in this game why I love running pick and roll with Kitchen. It's very simple. So you see, they respect AK's shooting so much that the big just has to step up. And last thing you ever want to do against me, and I will live to this quote as long as I play 2K. Last thing you ever want to do against me is have your big man have to step up very high, play sides, do anything related to the big man not being in the paint. I will say that's my one problem in this game. You see Kitchen very high IQ with the lobs, hits me, and we're ending this half really well. But last thing you ever want to do against me, and you see I still don't get a steal right there. Tough, man. This dude was throwing some garbage passes. That's why I even initiated the full court, because I was like, bro, they're just making some whack passes. Like, they got a lockdown sitting down here to like break the press with them. But anyway, you see this dude gets past us this time, gets everybody out of position, but luckily we all recover. AK gets the block. But wait, what was I just talking about? I was talking about oh yeah. So the comfortability of, and you see nice cut by Cook, but the comfortability of me running pick and roll with Kitchen, it's a very easy and simple thing. And that's why I do value sharps a little bit, but it's not so much the whole sharpshooter thing, it's more the height. When you have a build that's 6'10", 6'11", like Kitchen is, and it's running pick and roll with a 6'11" player like me, you are generally going to be looking at you're gonna have more opportunities for them to be switching everything, because they're more comfortable with their big man guarding Kitchen. They're more comfortable with everything to do with it. You know what I mean? They have a stretch big on Kitchen, and instead they have, and they have a lockdown on Zeke. So basically what I'm saying is, they are more comfortable with their big man guarding Kitchen than they are their big man guarding Zeke. But that's kind of the worst. That's kind of like bad for them at the same time. Their tendencies are how I play off of them. So you guys, if you've been on my channel, you know exactly what I'm talking about. When I'm running with Kitchen, generally, like the way we eat is just like slips. It's just everybody's tendencies say, let's just switch everything. They're both too bigs. But at the end of the day, I just live for that. And like if you do that, then I'm just getting easy slips down the middle. So you see Zeke got his takeover. We gave him a little ISO. We call that set Houston, where I just can't paint. It's more like, like a James Harden ISO basically, because unluckily for all these guys, I can't shoot all that well. So, I mean, I could, but here's how I feel about running a build like mine on Team Pro-Am. Things like this are much more reliable and safe to do. Like, you know, the hedge defense beater, alley-oops, to where all you have to do in a possession is just force them to have their big step up. You see, nice chase down by Cook right there, but again, they get the offensive rebound, sets them up perfect for a, or wait, no, never mind. I thought they got the layup off that. Horrible shot right there. Horrible by a rim stretch. But again, in deep three right there by Zeke, the ball just bounces exactly where none of us are at. But again, I just feel like it's too lazy of me to be like, I'm gonna just pick and pop if they give it to me. Now, late in the shot clock, maybe I should implement that a little bit. Another O board right there too, and they get an open three off of it. But maybe late in the shot clock, I should be willing to do more pick and pops, just because if it's hard for us to find a shot, then that's what's always being given up right here in this game. You see, like, the big is always constantly just playing down low in the paint. And I mean, sometimes that's the downside right there, is like, if you even try to involve the corner at all, it just gets kind of tough, because if I were on a build where I could shoot, and I mean, you know, like I said, any build in this game can shoot. It's just, I don't know if I feel too comfortable with it in this, you know, and especially in this setting. And I get another late contest there too. But anyway, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about as the game moves on a little bit more, especially in the fourth quarter. But right now Zeke's cold. It's getting tough for us to function. We're going back to off balls now. So you see AK's gonna get the ball, and then actually, okay, yeah, so he gets open off that. Again, big man stepping up at all equals nice positioning. I get another O board. I don't know how I even got contested on that layup. That was a lightly, actually. But anyway, then they leave Kitchen in the corner. Probably the worst thing you want to do, because I don't like. I feel kind of bad for Kitchen in situations like this, because what we actually do generally is Kitchen will run point guard sometimes on this stretch play, and he's actually very nice with it too. And like I said, the tendencies that people run into, again, I hate to keep saying you'll see this later in the video, but you'll see later. I'll explain to you guys why this works. Like generally, if we feel like we would rather play with multiple locks, you see I get the slip right there because the big started playing up on the off balls. But if we feel like we need two lockdowns in that moment of when we play Team Pro-Am, Zeke will usually just kind of be like substituted, if you will, for another pure lockdown. And in that case, then we have two locks in the corner and a stretch on the wing, and then we have Kitchen running point on his stretch play. So upsides and downsides to that. Obviously, it makes it harder to run pick and roll because of, well, the main thing that it's harder. And you see, so right here, this is what me and Kitchen be doing, but I don't know why AK took that to the hoop. But anyway, the upsides and downsides of that lineup change, if you will. Having two locks in the corner makes it a little harder to run pick and roll, because then they will obviously like play a little bit more help defense off the corner, especially in that you don't know which one it's coming from either. So it's kind of tough to figure to like constantly do that and just constantly have like a two-man pick and roll game. You say they get the layup there, but he misses it. But also, what makes it hard too is obviously Kitchen running point on a 70 ball control player is sort of a struggle. You know, obviously, like, and the speed of his player is a little bit of a problem too. So I mean, you have two downsides. One is that you don't have a true point guard. Two is that you have a lockdown in the corner instead of a stretch big, obviously. But one thing about that is obviously you add more defense. So it's kind of like a risk-reward thing where you can bring one lockdown against guys like this, but teams that have a legitimate, like, good wrap player, like for instance that right there, if you have a lethal shooter at the wing spot and they're running constant wraps to try to switch your lockdown off the ball handler, then you're kind of in a bad position. But if you can bring two lockdowns, that's when you're in a great position, because it doesn't matter if they have a second ball handler, if they have, you know, a good wrap player. At that point, I mean, like, it's no problem. And having Kitchen as a point guard, obviously, as well, prevents situations where your point guard, quote unquote, gets babied, because at that point, then our two like weak defensive links are a pure stretch and a stretch play, So at least they can still guard lockdowns in the corner very consistently too. You see Zeke hits Cook on the pretty good pass right there, but Cook Cook gonna cook. That's what we say right there. But anyway, they set up this fast break. Rim stretch gets another open three, and it's tough ending to the third quarter. They get their open three off that. I was trying to hit AK right there for just like a end of the clock shot, but anyway, we're down 3 going into the fourth. So a couple scheme changes happen here where you see I got 18 right now, and it definitely this definitely changes. I'll put it like that. So rim takeover right now, kind of tough position that we're in right now. Zeke cooks up right there, but like I said, he just had a struggle shooting game. Not to mention, I do want to point out to you guys too, this is the first time that probably like 4 of us have been on 2K in probably like almost 2 weeks. For me, I've played like sporadically, like here and there. You see, I had a lot of opportunity right there. Zeke still hits me, but I almost missed the dunk. But now I get takeover too, which is big time. But Zeke has played, I want to say, yeah, like once in the last 2 weeks. Cook has played once in the last 2 weeks, and same with Kitchen. I probably played like 3 times in like 2 weeks. And AK is constantly on this, so like he was the one that obviously isn't rusty. But a lot of us just hop back on this game for the first time in a while, so keep that in mind as far as like, you know, the knocking off the rust goes. You see Cook's doubling a little bit. Zeke locks up the lockdown, but again, another offensive rebound. That was killing us in this game, bro. And they get a pass that just gets him straight through there. It was tough, man. It wasn't too delightful. So I'm going to off balls again. Bro, looking back with takeover on, I should have been going on ball screens all day. But anyway, you see, again, I already know this big is stepping up super high, so like I'm gonna have easy slips. I don't know why you'd ever do that as a rim protector either when I have takeover on. Like, you gotta be crazy to be doing that. Like, at that point, if I got takeover on, you gotta just play back and let your lockdown defender just play defense against a stretch big who's running pick and roll. If your lockdown can't lock down a pure stretch who's using picks, I mean, that's a problem. But then again, it is kind of tough because AK is obviously a, you know, if you're good enough, you can get him. But dang, man, another O board. Like, it was a struggle out here, especially when I'm on the rim stretch like this, and then again another struggle of having Zeke, and it's not even Zeke, but it's just having a point guard on the court. You see, they had 3 dudes crashing again, but I get that one. When I talk about this lineup difference, where we would have Kitchen running point. You see, I called timeout there. I wasn't sure if we were gonna get hit with the backcourt like we did earlier in the game. The problem with like running a true point guard, just any of them, is rebounding from the corner, and obviously, like, you know, just defense in the corner too. Like it turns a pure lockdown into a legitimate slasher when you have someone like him on them. So again, it just makes it much easier when we run, like, for everything except pick and roll, when we run without a true point guard. For what it's worth, I do enjoy when we don't really run with any point guards, but again, Zeke brings some good stuff to the table. So right here, I'm just telling AK, yo, like, chill, just stand in one spot. Let them. The biggest thing when I run these slips is to let the defense know what you're doing, because boom, as soon as it's simple and they're like, oh, okay, he's running this way, he's gonna get stuck on the pick, I gotta help. It's simple as that. When you make it all confusing and stuff, and you're running around left, right, up, down, left, right, up, down, it's just like too hard for the defense to even know what they're doing. So as soon as you let the defense know what they're doing, it makes it so much easier for you to see what you can do too, as a screener, if you will. So anyway, nothing's changed defensively. They still got both their locks on the wing and then the rim playing the screens. You see AK comes off the screen pretty open, gets the 3 right there. That was a huge shot, bro. Freaking huge shot. If he would have missed that, we'd be looking down, but that's a big shot right there. 2 minutes left. He gets the 3 to put us up by 4. That's 2 possessions, and we got a nice little cushion we can work with now too. I could have sworn I cut out these timeouts, but anyway, we'll just keep going with it. So you see a quick little stat check. That rim is actually putting in some work, man. Like, and I don't know. At the end of the day, I'm not one to look at like matchup versus matchup stats, just because I don't really like to do that. I like to do it for myself, which is very biased. But I don't know. It's tough to say because a lot of like help defense in Team Pro-Am is required. So as soon as like you do that, you kind of give up another bucket to your guy when really it's like somebody else's fault. They were out of position, or somebody else's build that just can't really like hold whatever you're going up against. So I don't know. You can take that as it is, I guess. So big man's playing some whack hedge D. Boom. Again, big man's gonna step up. I roll down. It don't matter if you're a rim protector. It don't matter if you're a pure rim. It don't matter if you're a rim on takeover. As long as you play bad defense or bad tendency defense, then I'm gonna get you, like, for sure. And that's just what it is. You see Cook's kind of getting himself out of position quite a bit here, but good deny right there from him too. As soon as a team like this, where they have one ball handler and nothing else offensively, like they got 3 lockdowns and then like a pure stretch. So as soon as the ball gets out of the point guard's hands, you gotta make sure you deny that stuff. Like for instance, you see Cook right there is like super up on him, like not making sure that you're trying not to let the point guard get the ball back. Because as soon as it gets out of his hands, you gotta make sure it doesn't get there. So anyway, 2-point game with a minute left. It's getting tight out here, man. It's getting real tight out here. And you see Cook goes for the cut again. He backs out, but Zeke committed to the lob. Luckily, Cook grabs the just like, you know, wide jump for it, because we're not gonna be looking too good there if they got a fast break off that. You see, nice behind the back, gets Cook out of position again. It's tough, man. So just to clarify, as far as when I called out that full court press, and Cook will admit to this too. What I wanted to do, and I definitely did not mean for him to like be pressing him all the way up the court. That was not the intention. But anyway, see Fumblerooski right there. Zeke gets blocked though, and now they got the fast break set up. It's not setting up too good, and then they luckily missed that. But another offensive rebound. I was trying to foul there, but luckily they just called timeout anyway. I get another tip. Fast forward, I get another tip. So, I mean, anyway. What was I getting at? I don't even remember, but I'm just gonna fast forward off that. But anyway, I get another tip, but they get it off the tip pass and then get a easy layup. So now this is where I didn't want to work for any buckets, right? I didn't want to be put any risk in this. So this is exactly what I was talking about for you guys. You see, I'm just standing here milking time. Boom, I already know big man's gonna play up for absolutely no reason. Boom, slip through, easy bucket. And now it's a 2-point game and we have the lead. So again, I'm on these passing lanes. I go for the tip pass. Low key, bro, they could have got me right there. The rim stretch could have had a corner 3 to end the game. Dude gets the dunk right there. We call timeout, try to set up our own play. Right here, I'm cutting through, and I honestly feel like maybe if Kitchen and Zeke were more spaced out on the wing, one of them could have had an open jumper, but you never know with the 0.6 if you can even get off a legitimate jump shot on that. So honestly, what we were really playing for was just a force pass into the paint and hope for the best, and we didn't get the best. But anyway, 3 minutes left in overtime again. So you see, I thought I had a great play right there. I thought I got the lane. I thought I baited the cut. Rim stretch isn't the greatest finisher either, so I believe in letting that happen quite a bit. And then I believe in my player's speed and athleticism to be able to chase that down. Unfortunately, Zeke gets the reaching on the shot, and then the ball goes flying up in the air, and you know, none of which were available. But anyway, we're going back to these off balls again. So you see, basically, and again, big man steps up. I pass out to Cook. Now, bro, see what I'm saying? Like Cook needs to not spend so much time doing this stuff. We end up with 3 seconds right here. AK is forced to take it into the paint, and we're not looking too hot. Now they're up by 4. 2 minutes left in OT, and we just gave up easy transition points off just kind of doing nothing on offense for a while. So now we're down 4. We're looking for things. Obviously, you know, Zeke gets sort of open there. We're still working these off balls. There he gets open, but unfortunately it wasn't a 3. Now again, like I said, a big thing with doing off ball screens is your point guard has to be able to see all of it. He has to dribble around a little bit to make sure he doesn't just get poked by the lockdown. Obviously, if you guys know about dribble glitching, it makes it kind of easier for that sake. But then again, it's kind of harder to score. I'm over here watching all these back doors, but unfortunately they catch us at like the perfect time. Boom, minute 30 left, down 4 again. So transition we make right here. We actually, well, actually no, it's next possession. We end up going to kitchen in this crunch time, and Zeke almost turns it over right there. So right here, I'm just like, yo, set it up again. But unfortunately, we get the poke. So if I am right here is when we go back to kitchen, I believe, and Zeke goes to the corner. Yep. Okay. So now we're going to kitchen on this pick and roll, because again, there's 5 seconds left. We need a quick bucket. I'm just playing off the dude's tendencies. I'm assuming that he's gonna play sides on everything. So, or just even step up high for really no reason. But again, I was just playing tendencies. Cook with the nasty chase down block, and we finally get a defensive rebound off a block or a good shot contest. We're getting beat on the rebounds by 10, and for the most part, it's all offensive rebounds. That's the reason. But anyway, so now this is our little like death pick and roll lineup. So boom, now unfortunately, kitchen doesn't really pull this one off either. You see, he had me on the slip pretty easily right there, and then he thought I was coming on that, and then that was honestly a good lob too, but we get kind of killed on that one. Thankfully, we finally get a reach in on a fast break, and we stop them from scoring easy 2 points. That would have been a devastating 2 points for them to score right there. You see, Cook gets the poke right there, and actually makes it tip it off them too. So that was like a miracle poke ball right there. So now we're going to the same set. Like I said, I mean they're playing the same way every single time. So good lob right there too. It was a great hedge beater. They didn't play fully like sides or anything. It was just hedge defense. So I got 32 and 11 right now. Only 1 assist, which is super rare. But these dudes were just playing such horrible pick and roll defense that I didn't even have to pass at all. And also that's kind of a product of kitchen being in the corner too, where we have a stretch, so it makes it a little easier to get easy pick and roll buckets with less help defense. But again, so now we're down 2 with 20 seconds left. Zeke going to the corner, kitchen over here. We're just setting all this up, obviously, and you see I get screwed over right here. I thought I was about to be heated. But anyway, I get open on the slip again, but kitchen takes it, and honestly, I was mad at kitchen at the time, because I was like, yo, bro, like he just missed me on a slip, and I thought, like, you know, stretch big going to the hoop. Now, don't be wrong, kitchen finishes very well, but stretch big going to hoop instead of me when I had like the easy like dunk too. But that ended up being such a great shot because of the and one. I can't believe dude got an and one on the layup. But anyway, so right now we were in big panic mode right here. They missed the corner 3, wide open corner 3. But anyway, quick little stat check right here. You'll see I skipped past my little player card thing. 32 and 11 for me with 1 turnover, 1 missed shot, and the 1 missed shot I got an O board on. You see the rebounds though, bro. Look at their backcourt: 3, 9, and 6. Like I out rebounded their bigs, like 11 to 6, but their backcourt was going nuts on the boards. Zeke had 16 assists. Like I said, not a great shooting game from him. But kitchen came up big time when he needed to. AK came up big time with the 3 to put it like toward OT, and then Cook had one like really big steal right there too. And obviously, like I said, I had 32. So anyway, that's all for the vid. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, all that good stuff. And on that, hope y'all enjoyed.